just desolate. I thought, nah, don't like this. Okay, we've just arrived pretty much at the entrance of Clophill. If we head up that way, we should be coming up towards a derelict church, so obviously it's no longer in use. Obviously all I can say is be prepared, because stuff might happen. Some stuff that might haunt you for the rest of your life. I've been here once before, but I was too young to remember.
What was it like then?
Well, as I said, I was too young to remember. I can't really tell you what happened. Obviously, I've had a lot of stories up here, some true, some fabrications. But the problem is the true stories and the fabrications sound fairly alike, so it's hard to say if they are actual fabrications.
Give us an example of each.
Woman came up here with her son, and boy disappears, comes back a year later, and he looks about 5 years older. Drastic changes. That was a fabrication one. A true story is a woman went up here with her boy, and the boy went missing, but he returned about 2 weeks later. So, you know, differences between each different story, but obviously
They are certainly coming a long way from now. Any one of us succumb to recession.
in the year 1122, the villagers proclaimed this a gateway to hell, as I proclaim it. Yep. Obviously a lot of superstition, you know, witch burning was quite popular around about the Middle Ages. A lot of them were taken out here, witch burnings and witch drownings and so on and so forth. A lot of them happened here, so obviously you're going to expect, I mean, if any of us catches a ghost, you are going to see most likely to be a witch.
Jesus, riding a broom.
Not riding a broom, we're not talking stereotypical witches, we're talking just normal witches.
We're here, and oh my god, there it is. There's a church right there.
Suit up, boys.
Well, what I thought was odd about it is I'm not an expert in, like, ghostly goings on and the white noise and stuff like that, but you could feel it. You know, you were in there and you could feel the presence of these people, and they were there, and you got it really strong in some cases.
I mean, none of us had ever seen anything like that before. And
The gravestones were like either where they normally are, which is at the head of the grave, or they're actually taken out of the ground and put on the side of the grounds. It was
Eerie,
disgusting. It was
nasty,
dark. It was
muddy.
misty.
It was horrible. It was really like you didn't want to be there.
didn't actually see anything on camera, but there were things moving about. That wasn't us.
Okay, basically we've just come out the car now. What, about 1:30 in the morning. This is the graveyard. We're about to go investigate, see if we can't see any paranormal activity on the go, and maybe catch our couple of ghosts. So come on, let's go. Viewer discretion is advised at the moment. No, I can't say I can remember this. But, you know, we might find something. Obviously, these ones are new. We need to try and find some of the old ones. Maybe we can capture some witches and stuff like that. Here's what we need, right here. Shh. I'm feeling terribly cold right now. Let's keep moving. It's getting cold now. Very, very cold now. I'm not feeling this. I've got to stop.
What's happened?
I'm getting a strong presence around these areas here. Maybe down this way. Almost a full moon as well. That's not cool. Clear sky as well. How do we get towards the church?
Right, yeah, I think we had to go back to where we came from.
Head back the way?
Yeah.
Right, I think we should check the church out maybe. Trying to pick up a presence if I can. Maybe of like spirits or stuff like that. Here. Can we get a torch on this? Around this one here, I need a torch. I need to see what it says. 8. 1966. I died in 1945. War victim, obviously. So nothing too bad to worry about. What's going through my mind is, you know, if we find something, then, you know, all I can say is we don't know if it's going to be a bad or a good spirit.
Doing the actual part when Jane wanted to do the EVP was boring. Nothing happened. He just stood there and waited for it to happen. It wasn't until we watched the footage back that we saw great distortion.
It was the one I studied the most, the bit of footage, because when we done second day, and that, as we'll get onto, the images were getting distorted, but a lot was happening.
I thought it was a bit bizarre how when we were actually doing the EVP test, my camera just switched off as soon as I mentioned it. Yet with something like that, I'd definitely be recording, and I know full well I was recording when it happened.
The thing was with this bit is we just turned up there. We just literally got there 5 minutes ago, and already it was like really kind of they were trying to get at us or something. It was like, I mean, in my opinion, I kind of feel of it as to say they were trying to tell us leave us alone.
So for the footage to just completely vanish and have no trace of it at all, it's really bizarre.
Right, we're gonna try and seance a bit here, see if we can't make contact with a spirit at all. Is anybody here who would like to make contact?
Walking up to the church, I was really excited about it. I thought because we're finally going to get into something a bit more intense and a bit more worthwhile. He's just I thought the grapevine was good, but it was, you know, you can only do so much in there. The whole idea was going to the church to film it, and it was so much. There was so much to it. It was just like, oh, this is going to be so like interesting.
You'd be walking along, and it, you know, most people would say it was cold, but there'd be just bits when it would just go like drop, and you'd feel like it was in Siberia.
Yeah, the whole temperature change thing was really unexplainable.
It's very overwhelming once you get inside it.
It felt like it was minus 39 at times.
It was really cold. I mean, as you saw when you see the footage, it dropped to like -6 or 7,